Good day, my dear students. For today's video, we're going to proceed with our next topic, which is about calculating area and perimeter for practical purposes. Okay, for the learning competency, you, my dear learners, should be able to calculate the area and perimeter of residential spaces. For example, room renovations, garden layouts. Okay, so first, let us discuss the difference between perimeter and area. So first na difference po is kung ano yung sinusukat ni perimeter at anong sinusukat ni area. So for the perimeter, ang sinusukat niyo po is yung outside. Opo, yung gilid lang po. So for the area naman, yung inside space. So for example, yung real life example natin dito, if we are fencing a garden, 'di ba po sa garden, yung gilid lang naman po ng mga garden yung fence natin para hindi kainin ng mga animals, mga goat, mga manok ngayon for example. So yun, perimeter po yun ang fencing. But in installing floor tiles, gumagamit po tayo ng area kasi po yung inside space na po yung interest natin. So 'di ba po kapag nagta-tiles tayo, hindi lang naman po gilid yung tina-tiles natin. Lahat po ng space ng floor ay naka-tiles. So what is counted in perimeter? The length around the shape. But in area, it is the number of square units it can cover. So another difference is in perimeter, the unit measurement is in terms of centimeter. Nakalinear lang po siya. Centimeter, meters, inches, feet, and among others. But in area, naka-square po siya. Square centimeters, square meters, square inches, square feet. So now let us proceed with the formula for perimeter and the area. So I want you to take a screenshot of this or you can manually copy it. Apo, kailangan po natin yan in our problem solving. Okay, what if we have this problem? Maya is remodeling her backyard garden layout. She divides the space into two flat sections. The sitting area is a shaped perfect square with a side length of 6 meters. Attached to one full side of the square is an isosceles triangular flower bed. The two equal sides of the triangle each measure 5 meters and the height of 4 meters. So for letter A, if Maya wants to put a decorative stone border to keep the soil in, how long should the decorative stone border around the flower bed be? Okay, so dito po sa question na ito, let us decide ano po yung kailangan natin. Is it the area or the perimeter? So dito po my dear students, ang kailangan natin dito is perimeter. But before that, let us first have the diagram of the problem. So nakasabi po dito na meron daw pong two divisions or two sections yung backyard garden layout ni Maya. First is the perfect square which has the side lengths of 6 meters. So meaning to say this is 6 meters, 6 meters, and since this is square, all of the sides is in 6 meters. Okay, so attached to one full side of the square is an isosceles triangular flower bed. When we say isosceles triangle, two sides are equal. So naka-attach po dun sa one side yung isosceles triangle. So meaning to say, if this is the triangle, this side is also 6 centimeters, but the two equal sides is 5 meters. So let's write here 5 meters. This is 5 meters, and this is 5 meters. And the height of 4 meters. Meaning to say po, meron pa tayo dito yung gitna niya. This is 4 meters. Okay, so now my dear students, going back to our question letter A, ano po yung gagamitin natin? Is it the perimeter or is it the area? So for question letter A, we're going to compute for the perimeter. Kasi ito po, di ba, this is the flower bed and this is the sitting area. So when we say perimeter, yung gilid lang po yung interest natin. So kapag perimeter po, my dear students, kung mapapansin nyo, lahat lang po yan addition of the sides. Let us add 5 and 5. So that is equal to side 1 plus side 2. Okay, so kailangan pa po ba nating isama si base natin na 6 meters? So hindi na po. So this is equal to 5 meters plus 5 meters. Okay, ma'am, bakit po hindi kasama si base? This is because, my dear students, hindi na po siya kasama sa stone border natin. Kasi ito na po yung sitting area. So, ito lang po yung interest natin. So, that is the side 1 of the triangle plus the side 2 of the triangular bed, which is equal to 10 meters. And this is our answer for question letter A. So for question letter B, we are asked if she wants the sitting area tiled, what is the total area of the square sitting area that needs to be tiled? So since it is all about tiling, yung inside na pong space yung interest natin, and that is the area. So the area is equal to, so the sitting area is in the form of square or in the shape of square, and the area of a square has a formula of s squared. So, one side of our sitting area is 6 meters. Okay, so square natin siya. This is equal to 36 meters squared or square meters. And this is our answer for question letter B. Now, how about question letter C? If Maya also decides to plant grass across the entire triangular flower bed, what is the area of the flower bed? So since this is the flower bed, we're interested with the area of the triangle. And it has a formula of 1/2 base times height. So we will have 1/2. What is the base? So ito po yung base natin is 6 meters multiplied by the height. This is the height. This is 4 meters. Okay, so 1/2 times 6, this is equal to 3 meters. Multiplied by 4 meters, this is equal to 12 square meters. Okay, wag pong kalilimutan kapag area, it should be in square meters. Okay, how about this problem? Mr. Santos is designing a flat outdoor recreational space behind his house. The rectangular swimming pool area measures 8 meters by 5 meters. Directly attached to the short side of the pool, he layouts a rectangular concrete deck measuring 4 meters by 3 meters. He plans to put a safety fence around the outer perimeter of the concrete deck only, and he needs to calculate the total ground area of the pool itself. For letter A, draw and label the floor plan for swimming pool and the concrete deck. So first, we will have the rectangular swimming pool. And it measures 8 meters. So this is 5 meters. Attached to the short side of the pool, he layouts a rectangular concrete deck. So when we say deck, it is like, in Filipino, we can also call it as palapag or a stage. Opo, na naka-concrete daw siya. And it measures 4 meters by 3 meters. Let us proceed with question letter B. Okay, what is the perimeter of the concrete deck where the safety fence will be placed? So we will have the perimeter, and we know that when we are asked with perimeter, summation lang po ng sides niya. So since the perimeter of the concrete deck, so dito po tayo titingin. And since this is rectangular, we know that if this side is 4 meters, its opposite side is equal to this side. So this is also 4 meters. Ngayon po, going back to our problem, according to the problem, Mr. Santos plans to put a safety fence around the outer perimeter of the concrete deck only. So, since itong side pong ito, this is already the inner, so ibig sabihin hindi na po natin ito isasama sa calculation ng safety fence. So, this will give me side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3. This is equal to 4 meters plus the 3 meters plus the 4 meters, which is equal to 11 meters. And this is our answer for problem letter B. Now, for letter C, what is the area of the ground occupied by the swimming pool? Okay, so since we are after now with the area of the swimming pool, so yung inside space na po ni swimming pool, and since this is rectangular, we will have the formula length times width. Okay, length natin, this is 8 meters multiplied by our width, which is 5 meters. This will be equal to 40 square meters. And this is our answer for letter C. Okay, how about if we have this problem? Clara is getting carpet installed in her entire floor, excluding the hallway, kitchen, storage room, and the comfort room. Given the floor plan below, answer the following questions. Letter A, how many square meters of carpet are needed? Okay, so based on the problem, hindi na po natin kailang isama si hallways, si kitchen, so X na si kitchen, si storage room, hindi na rin po natin lalagyan ng carpet, and si comfort room. So meaning to say po, ang lalagyan lang po natin ng carpet ay si dining area, si master bedroom, si living room, si bedroom 1, and the bedroom 2. Okay, so since we're after with the carpet, so kapag naglalagay po tayo ng carpet, hindi naman po sa gilid lang, di ba po? Sa entire floor po ng specific room ang nilalagyan natin ng carpet. So we are after with the area. So let us first find for the area of the dining area. So this is D, which is equal to the length times width since this is rectangular in shape. So as you can see, ito pong master bedroom, meron po siyang width of 5.5 meters, which is actually equal kasi parallel lang naman po siya sa length ni dining area. We know that these two are equal with each other. So the length of the dining area is also 5.5 meters multiplied by its width of 3.02 meters. Okay, so 5.5 times 3.02, this is equal to 16.61 square meters. Okay, let us take note of that. So for our area of the master bedroom, so let us denote it as M. We have the length times width because this is in rectangular also. So we have for the length, the longer side is 6.09 meters multiplied by 5.5 meters. So 6.09 meters times 5.5 meters, this is approximately equal to 33.50 square meters. Okay, how about for the living room? So let us denote it as letter L. So still length times width. So the longer side of the living room is this one. And as you can see, parallel po siya sa length ni kitchen. So meaning to say, if this side is 6.56, so we know that this side is also 6.56. So meaning to say po, we have 6.56 meters multiplied by the width of 5.5 meters. So 6.56 times 5.5, this is approximately equal to 36.08 square meters. Okay, so now for the area of the bedroom 1, B1. Okay, so that is length times width again. The length is 6.71 meters multiplied by the width of 4.15 meters. Okay, 6.71 times 4.15, this is equal to 27.85 square meters. Okay, so last, bedroom number 2. So for bedroom number 2, length times width again. So this is equal to, as you can see, both bedrooms have the same sizes. So meaning to say po, kung ito po is 6.71, 6.71 din po ito. And the width is also 4.15 meters. So same po, 6.71 meters times 4.15 meters. This is equal also to 27.85 meters square. So for letter A, so since lahat po ito lalagyan natin ng carpet, Meaning to say po, our total area must be equal to 16.61 meters square plus 33.50 meters square plus 36.08 meters square plus 27.85 meters square or square meters plus 27.85 square meters. So adding it, this will give me 141.89 approximately square meters. This is the total area, which is our answer for letter A. For question letter B, what is the total cost of installing the carpet if the carpet, which measures 5 meters by 20 meters, cost 1,000? Okay, so for letter B, let us first get the area of 1 unit carpet piece. So, this is actually equal to, so kada piraso nga po, ilan po? 5 meters by 2 meters. So, that is 5 meters. And since this is rectangular also, 5 meters times 2 meters, this is 10 meters or square meters. Pero hindi pa po dyan nagtatapos kasi ito po yung area ng kada piraso ng carpet. So, let us get the number of pieces ng carpet. So, that is equal to, i-divide natin si total area natin of 141.89 square meters dito po sa area per piece natin. That is 10 square meters. So, both square meters will be canceled. This is equal to 14.189 or approximately, since wala naman po tayo na carpet na tingi, so this is 15 pieces. To get the total cost, so we need to multiply the number of pieces by the cost of it per piece. So multiply natin by 1,000. So this will be equal to 15 times 1,000. This will be equal to 15,000 pesos. At yan po yung babayaran ni Clara para malagyan niya po ng carpet yung dining area nila, the master bedroom, the living room, the bedroom 1, and the bedroom 2. Now, what if we have this problem? During a backyard celebration, Marcos is in charge of grilling burgers and corn for his friends. He is using a large circular charcoal grill with a radius of 25 centimeters. To ensure everything cooks evenly, he wants to calculate the available space on the grill surface. Okay, for letter A, what is the total cooking area of Marcos grill rack? But before that, let us first visualize the rack. And the radius of the rack is 25 centimeters. Okay, so now, let us compute for the area. So letter A, let us compute for the area, and the area of a circle is pi r square. Okay, so the pi is approximately equal to 3.1416, but I'd like to use the pi as is in the calculator. Meron naman pong button ng area sa calculator. Now, my dear students, to get the exact answer, gamitin po natin yung button na yon. So, our radius is 25 centimeters squared. So, 25 squared, this is equal to 625 times the pi squared centimeters. This is approximately equal to 1,963 square centimeters. And this is our answer for question letter A. Now, how about for question letter B? What is the circumference Okay, for the circumference po is the counterpart of the perimeter. Kapag circle po, circumference yung ginagamit natin and not the perimeter. Bakit po? Because the perimeters are only used for closed area with sides. Although circle is a closed area, wala po kasi siyang side. So wala po tayong isa-summation. Unlike kay perimeter, na isam lang po natin yung mga sides niya, that is already our perimeter. But kay circle po, meron lang po tayong closed area. So therefore, we need to get the circumference. So since this is circle, so let us use the circumference, which has a formula of 2 pi r. Okay, this will be equal to 2 times the pi times the radius of 25 centimeters. 25 times 2, this is 50 pi centimeters. Now, 50 times the pi, this is approximately equal to 157.80 centimeters. And this is our answer for question letter B. Let us proceed with question letter C. If each burger patty occupies approximately 120 square centimeters and each piece of corn occupies 80 square centimeter, estimate how many burgers and pieces of corn Marcos can grill one at a time of each kind without overcrowding the rack. Let us compute first for the burger patty. So the number of burger patty. So alam natin na yung area of the rack is 1,963 square centimeter. Now, i-divide natin yon sa area ng isang burger patty, which is 120 square centimeters. So, cancel natin. This will be approximately equal to 16.36 pieces. So, since ang goal po natin is hindi sila mag-overcrowd, ang ideal po is i-retain na lang si whole number, which is approximately 16. Okay, so 16 pieces po ng burger patty. Okay, so ito po yung answer natin for the burger patty pa lang. Now, let us proceed with the number of corn. So, alam natin na yung area ng rack is again 1,963 square centimeters. And yung corn po, meron siyang area of 80 square centimeters. Para malaman po natin kung ilang corn yung kakasya sa rack, we need to divide the area of the rack divided by the area of individual corn. And this is equal to 24.54. And also, since the goal is to not overcrowd the rack, let us round it to the nearest whole number by retaining the whole number lang. Hindi na po natin kailangang i-round up. So this will be equal to 24 pieces of corn. So meaning to say po, we can interpret it that in the first grilling, Marcos can grill 16 pieces of burger patty all at once. And on the second grilling, he can grill 24 pieces of corn. Okay, how about for question letter D? How many burgers and pieces of corn can Marcos grill at the same time without overcrowding the rack if he wants an equal mix of both? Okay, so for this problem, let us first get the combined area. Combined area of both the burger patty and the corn. So we know that the area of the burger patty is 120 square centimeters plus the corn of 80 square centimeters. This will give me 200 square centimeters. Now to get the number of the combination of burger and corn, so we need to divide the total area of the grill. So the total area is 1,963 square centimeters, i-divide natin siya doon sa combination of the area of both. That is 200 square centimeters. So we can cancel centimeters. 1,963 divided by 200. So that is equal to approximately 9.82. So para po hindi sila mag-overcrowd, so we can take the 9 pieces of each. So meaning to say po, pwede pong sabay na i-grill ni Marcos yung 9 burger patties and 9 corns nang hindi po nag-overcrowd yung mga iniihaw niya. And that is how we get our answers using the area and the perimeter. So that's it for today, my dear students. If you still have questions, please don't hesitate to comment down below. If you find this video helpful, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye po!